everyone, so I got a great surprise today. I had ordered a bunch of different stuff, mostly Tarte stuff, and it was not supposed to be here until Friday, and today is Wednesday, and I look on my front porch and there's all these boxes out there, so I had a big, exciting surprise waiting for me on my front porch. And one of those things is the new Tartlette in Bloom by Tarte. This is the Tartlette 2, sort of, if you will. The Tartlette 1 is an all-matte palette. It's mostly neutrals. It's got some purples and plums toward the middle of it. But the Tartlette in Bloom, Tartlette 2, is all neutrals as well. However, it tends toward some warmer neutrals, and it actually has a few shimmers in it. It's not all matte. When I saw this online, I knew I had to have it. And a lot of people that have gotten it and reviewed it have talked about how they feel like the colors are, you can find those in other palettes and such like that. But to me, to have them all in one palette all together and you don't have to dig out a bunch of different palettes is just wonderful. And I think there's some kind of different-y colors in here too. I will show you what I did today. I used several of the colors in this palette for my eye look today, but I'll go ahead and swatch some of these for you and let you see some of them first. I have sort of 3 different rows in which the colors are very closely related so that you can do sort of like an eye look with each row. So you've got this top row, actually the bottom row if you actually turn it around correctly. Let's do it that way. The bottom row is very pinkish, rosy-ish colors, and then it has this really neat, shimmery champagne in the corner here. Middle row is sort of a rose gold take. It's got this beautiful shimmery rose gold, and the top row is a little more sort of taupe neutrals. And I sort of mixed up everything today. I sort of took something from every row. Starting on the bottom row, we have Funny Girl, which is a pretty champagne. We have Sweetheart, which is a matte pink. And then we have Rebel, which is a beautiful rose. There are those 3. And then the darkest color on that line is called Leader, and it is a burgundy. I'll show you that. Sort of a plum purple. I think this line is really pretty together. I can't wait to do something with that. Next line up, we start with Flower Child, which is a very light sort of highlighty color. Next we have a peach tone called Smarty Pants. And then we have one of my real favorites of the palette, and I just put a ton on my arm. It's called Firecracker, and I love it. Wait till you see it. Final color in that row is a dark espresso brown black called Activist. So on my wrist, here are the 4 colors from the middle row. Firecracker is so pretty. It is a deep rose gold, not a light rose gold. Gorgeous. Next row is the top row. We start with a very white, sort of highlighty color, chalk white sort of. And that is called Charmer. Next to that is Jet Setter, which I really like. It's a real pretty, neutrally brown with just a hint of purple to it. Next to that we have Rocker and Smoke Show. What a pretty bunch of colors. I have a couple of those on my eye today. So beautiful colors, all of them very pigmented, very dense. The shimmers are not the gritty, glimmery, sparkly, glittery shades at all. They're very smooth, buttery shimmers. I started out putting the color Rocker in the very inner part of my lower eyelid, just right in here. And then in the middle of my lid, I put Firecracker, and I love that color. It's so buttery, and it's like a darker, coppery rose gold. For my crease, I use the color Jet Setter. It's a really good crease color. It's a very neutral, just a very neutral brown, very matte. In the corner, I use the color Activist. It's a dark brown, brownish black. To line under my eyes, I used Activist out here. I used Firecracker from here over. And then I did put this Funny Girl color in my inner corner for brightening. I love this palette, and okay, yes, you know, maybe you can get these colors in a bunch of other palettes together, but I just feel like in this one palette, you can sort of jump from one line to another and it's not going to be a totally different effect. Like in the Tartlette 1, it was all mattes, and you had sort of like a very grayish neutral line, you had a purple line, and then you had sort of a very brown line. And I didn't feel like you could do a whole lot of jumping between lines in that one. With this one, I feel like you really can, and I did that very easily today using these two colors here, using Firecracker, and then using Funny Girl. I just kind of jumped around between all of them. I did use this one right here for my highlight. So here's another thing. They have made this palette smell like the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes or the Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette. That delicious milk chocolatey hot cocoa with marshmallows. They've made it smell that way. Now, it doesn't have as strong a smell as the Too Faced products, but it's exactly the same smell. It's a little bit lighter, though. I mean, that's kind of funny for them to just sort of jump into that idea at Tarte. But I love this palette. There's lots of negativity kind of about it. Well, there's repeats in it in other palettes. But I felt like it was unique enough that I had to really have it, and I'm glad I got it. I feel like you can mix the colors a lot really easy on this one. It's not like there's some that are really purple, and you can't really mix them too much with the browns or with the neutral grayish taupes. I feel like it just is very cohesive. So just a quick review. I got a sample of this Glamglow ThirstyCleanse. I'm a big fan of the Glamglow Thirsty Mud. It's a really heavy-duty, nice, intense moisturizer that you put on. And so because I have dry skin, I thought this ThirstyCleanse Daily Hydrating Cleanser would be great for my skin as a cleanser. I used it the other night and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. And I'll tell you why. So you open it up and it has this really good smell. It's a lot like the Glamglow Thirsty Mud moisturizer that you put on. It has that sort of beachy smell, pina colada smell. This one's just a little bit more, I don't know, pineapple-y maybe. A little bit different of a smell, not quite so coconutty as the other one smells. And it's that same strange sort of brownish mud look like the other stuff is, the Thirsty Mud. So, I thought, being a fan of the Thirsty Mud, that this would work well and it would sort of work in conjunction with it, and it really didn't. I followed the directions. You put it on dry, and then you sort of lightly add some water to it and rub it around, and it's supposed to sort of lather and foam a little bit, and then you rinse with warm water. Well, I did that, and it dried me out so bad, and I have dry skin, but you would think Thirsty Mud would be equipped for that, and it would be perfect for that. Well, it dried me out so bad. I mean, I haven't used a cleanser that's dried me out like that in I don't know how many years, because I always buy cleansers that are specifically for dry skin, and I thought this one would be too, but it dried me out. I mean, I was like tight. I was like, I'm dying. So, did not like that. However, maybe for oily skin, maybe it's not so Thirsty Mud. Maybe it's oil mattifying mud. I don't know. I think, if you had oily skin, it would probably work. But then why would they call it thirsty? I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, my next video, looking ahead. Here's what else came today. I'm so excited about this, and I did not think I would be excited about it, but it's so beautiful. This is a giant Tarte holiday gift set from Ulta, and this thing is out of control. I did not think I would like it as much as I did. I thought it would just be another bunch of Tarte eyeshadows, but it is so much prettier than that. And it has these three little chambers here that are full of beautiful eyeshadows and blushes. Really different colors in this one. I'm really excited to show this to you. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to show you that big Tarte collection. That's going to be so much fun. Bye.